Hi, welcome back to the garden. Today is Thursday, March 31st. It's springtime. The sun is glorious. April Fools. The weatherman said it's going to frost hard tonight. That's one of the reasons I just piled up some of the wood chips. Come on, we'll show you what I'm going to do. Now I'm just going to lightly cover the potatoes that are just now coming out of the ground. Just enough to give them a little air barrier and a little protection from that frost. And they'll continue to come right on through that. Even the ones we looked at yesterday got a little singed this morning. Potatoes are pretty resilient. The only thing about frost and potatoes, it will kill the greenback and it will slow them down quite a little bit. And we don't want that. The onions that we planted as a border between this patch, they're coming up nicely. We don't have to cover them tonight. Even though over the last week or so, we've been as high as 80, we've had quite a few nights that have been in the low 30s. So most of this stuff is hardened in. Now that all the tender potatoes are covered, let's take a look at some of the other things that I think will be just fine tonight. In our cold frame, we've got our beets, we've got some lettuce, we've got some cabbage, got some broccoli off to the side. That's deep enough in the deep mulch with enough of a wall. It should be just fine. The spinach, the collards, and the kale are very cold hardy plants. The romaine lettuce, radishes, beets, and other lettuce are very cold hardy. Shoot, we planted them in the deep freeze. Our Swiss chard and cilantro will have no problem. We got baby carrots and baby cilantro that seeded themselves in amongst the beets. Our ground cover mix was also planted in the deep freeze and ought to be just fine. Our garlic and onions, they won't even notice it got cold. Except that weatherman says it's going to be in the mid-70s by early tomorrow afternoon. So it's going to get cold for a minute, and then it's going to warm right back up. That's a heck of an April Fool's joke, isn't it? Now, if you do have tomatoes or peppers or basil or any of the really tender plants out, you really do want to cover them or bring them in if you can. But that's gardening. We got the weather we get. That's why I say we'll see what we get. And until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.